Welcome.
Good morning, Your Worship, councillors. I'm Gord Holtslander. I'm board chair of Saskatoon Cycles. Saskatoon Cycles is before you today because on May 24th, 2023, Natasha Fox was killed while riding her bike. We continue to mourn that loss. This morning we were made aware of the ongoing repercussions of that day's events. Natasha's death has opened a wellspring of cyclist experiences of accidents, injuries, near misses, feelings of vulnerability, and general harassment on the streets from either negligence, unknowing, or conscious abuse. None of these are new. But Natasha's death has served to galvanize the community to shout, we want change now, and we deserve, and we have the right to be safe on the streets as we get around our city. In this spirit, we acknowledge Councillor Block and her bringing forward motions that attempt to address these issues and provide a path forward. Number one, that the administration commission a third-party road safety audit at the intersection of College Drive and Wiggins Avenue and report back with the results and any recommendations. Saskatoon Cycles supports this motion for an audit, with the condition that it be executed with urgency and presents actionable steps to improve the safety of the intersection in a timely fashion using a Vision Zero lens, and that these recommendations are implemented in an equally timely fashion. Number two, that the 2023 operating budget transfer to the reserve for capital expenditures to be reduced by the $30,000 reallocated to transportation to complete the third-party audit. Saskatoon Cycles fully endorses this motion. Any way forward that does not accomplish this work in 2023 is unreasonable and insufficient. Safety issues at this intersection have been documented for over a decade in both the city and the university's reports. So the time to arrive at conclusive solutions really is now. Number three, that administration provide an update on the implementation of the active transportation plan, including, but not limited to, the status of any planned connections in the area bound by College Drive, Preston, 12th, and Clarence. Saskatoon Cycles supports this motion and absolutely encourages an update on the city's comprehensive active transportation plan. It imagines a Saskatoon with safer infrastructure for all road users, and we support any and all motions to aggressively develop and implement this plan. However, we know that such reporting moves at a glacial pace and would be limited to addressing the chronic citywide problems in the network. And we feel that there are some acute problems with many busy intersections and already highly cycled streets in the city, and that a spectrum of infrastructure could and should be deployed with a much more urgent timeline. And while it's not our role to choose where to implement infrastructure, some examples could be concrete barriers where flex posts are regularly flattened on the 23rd Street bike lane, new movable concrete barriers and flex posts where they could make immediate delimited space for cyclists, especially where safety issues are already identified, perhaps Wiggins and College. Zebra crossings and other liberal uses of paint to increase the visibility of active travelers in problem intersections. Ultimately, we urge the city to use creative infrastructure and use those solutions to improve safety in our city now and into the future. The city can't implement the entire cycling system overnight, we understand that, but there has to be a triage approach to address the desperate situations at speed now. The time for action is now. And number four, that you provide a budget to actually keep on top of this going forward. Yeah, we're on top of it, we agree with that as well. We want to remind Council that more and better active transportation infrastructure is good for any community, and it's the future of any sustainable city. Saskatoon has the tools, the minds, and resources to leap into this future, but we need to start making better decisions that create the conditions for 0 road deaths right now. And we really appreciate the opportunity to be heard and know that you will do the right thing.